everybody. Welcome back to another video, the T on NPD and relationships. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. To all of my new subscribers and new family members, hello and welcome. And to my tribe and family at large, y'all already know what time it is, fam. Thank you so much for joining us for another video. Listen, y'all know I'm always plugging our Thursday night live stream. I got to keep pushing. Listen, we're growing on our Thursday night live stream. I just bless God for the information that he is giving to us. This is where we go. I tell you all the time, from healing to wholeness to boldness. You don't want to miss that Thursday night live stream. All right, y'all. And listen, it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Mark your calendars, okay? 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You don't want to miss it. You know what? You could jump into the comment section up under the Thursday night live streams. You can join us either on the Facebook platform or perhaps on the YouTube platform, either one. We are live at 5 p.m. I believe it will bless your soul. All right. And y'all, every time we go live, every time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes. Y'all already know. If you rocks with your girl, come on, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Y'all hitting that like button. Y'all know y'all already know. I'm going to do a rocks with your girl check. You already know that. Okay, so I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Let's jump into the topic of this video. I want to talk about narcissistic injuries. Okay, these are things that literally drive a narcissist as it relates to their supply. Okay, I want you all to understand this. The narcissist rates their ability to come back based upon the type of injury that you could give to them or that you've already given them. Okay. But there is an injury, okay, that you could give to a narcissist. And that's what we're going to talk about on this video. The worst narcissistic injury that you could ever give to a narcissist that literally has the ability to destabilize them. Okay. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is I want to talk about it because some of you are probably wondering, well, the narcissist hasn't reached out to me. The narcissist has not, I haven't heard from the narc, which is a good thing. But some people are wondering, where is this joker? Where's this bird? What happened to him? Did they just disappear? What happened? So I want to talk about this from the perspective of what you say to the narcissist and how you injure the ego. Okay? Narcissists operate primarily from ego. That is the false self that has taken the place of the narcissist themselves. The ego doesn't allow them to be vulnerable. The ego doesn't allow them to be intimate. I don't care how much good sex you think you had with the narcissist. I don't care nothing about that. Narcissists are not intimate, because intimacy means that you share each other's vulnerabilities. You don't share that with a narcissist, okay? Because a narcissist they're never vulnerable. This is why they run from vulnerability, and there's a reason for that. So their inability to be vulnerable and intimate, all of that, the ego controls all of that. The ego controls whether they're going to hoover you or not. Okay. The ego controls how they treat you when they're actually with you. And this is a dark entity that has literally entered their soul and is controlling them. Okay. And so this is why a lot of times when narcissists begin to act out and do things out of habit, the toxic demonic habits have become so ingrained in their souls that they don't even know that they're engaging in them, and they don't even know the magnitude of the destruction that these habits are causing, because the dark entity makes it a part of that ego, and that ego thinks it's natural to do that. Yeah. Yes. Can you believe that? It is natural the ego makes them think that it's normal and natural to abuse people. To treat people in a very disparaging way. Yeah, make it make sense. So the ego driving all of this and making all of these decisions for the narcissist. So what is it that tears that ego apart that basically delivers a debilitating blow to their ego. This is something that narcissists don't come back from. And if you're wondering why they haven't hoovered you, it is probably because this is what you did. Okay? You issued this debilitating blow to the ego. Narcissists can't come back to you because it's too much of a risk. You know, you probably sent them tripping. I'm talking about tripping and dipping. So the worst narcissistic injury that you could ever give to a narcissist is to shame them. And I've talked about shame in different aspects, but I need you to understand that the ego doesn't accept shame. It doesn't. It runs from it constantly. It is kryptonite to their ego. It is literally what a narcissist sees as poison to their soul. Okay? So, what does that mean? Well, when you hit them with it, okay, it's a very debilitating blow because they don't want to feel shameful. Because the ego makes them feel like they're on top of the world and they're superior to everyone else. Okay? So, when you hit them with something that causes them to feel shame, you're going to get a few different reactions. Okay? And so, but one of the main things is that sometimes, just depending on how you say what you say, and depending on how you did what you did, it can actually cause the narcissist to destabilize. Why do I say that? Because of the severity of the results of the shame as you deliver that blow to the ego. Narcissists can't recover from that. And if they don't have ample supply around them to bring them back up from that blow that you just gave to their ego, listen, this could actually cause them to, some of them been put on a 3-day hold, 72-hour hold. Some of them have been found places doing things that were just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Trying to cope with the pain of the ego being bruised the way that it was. Because you have to understand, when a dark entity is controlling your mind and that whole ego thing, you got to understand that dark entity don't care nothing about the narcissist, and it sure enough don't care nothing about you. But what it says spiritually, how it breaks down, is that whatever it is that dark entity was on assignment to do in that narcissist, when you shame them, that dark entity has to go back and report in to their master and basically say that I failed the job because you got away. You got away. The target of their obsession, the target of their abuse. That ego or that dark entity was being fed off of the abuse and the reaction to the abuse that you were giving to that ego. So when you shame them by rejecting them, reading them their rights, telling them how horrible they are, and then following it up with an abandonment and rejection, you go blackout, pull up the power grids on their behinds, and you let that backwards walking giraffe just sit in that cesspool of whatever they've created. Yeah. That right there is send them tripping. For real. For real, for real. And some of y'all gonna testify about what actually happened. You know, I told y'all, some of them, y'all see them, they blew up to the size of 2 walls. You know, some of them shrunk down to, listen, I told you with them dusty britches and the pockets touching in the back. I already told y'all how they, I told y'all this is some of the stuff that you see happening. But that shame, listen, that's the worst thing that you could ever do to a narcissist. The worst. People are like, oh, you should just leave them. The rejection is bad. It is. And they don't like rejection, because the rejection is usually the first thing that comes before that shame comes in, because usually that rejection comes in before the shame actually hits them. So yeah, That's what it is. And, you know, it's all about also too the abandonment piece of it, which is also really bad, you know, when you're dealing with them. But yeah, this is the thing that basically destabilizes them. You know, it's the thing that they can't come back from. It is their kryptonite. It is the worst thing that you could ever do to them. And I mean, the way that you do this is just by your reaction, you know, your response basically to what they do, you know, how they do it. Whatever your response is, if it's apathetic, that's even worse, because that means that you don't have any feelings for what they do, what they say, or whatever. And that is the worst, you know, is for you to just be apathetic about their situation. I don't care what you do. I don't care where you go or whatever. But when you basically leave these birds, you read them their rights. You basically tell them what time it is. Like I said, y'all snatching up power grids, y'all going complete blackouts on them. And you basically left that door open and showed them how much you didn't care. When I say left the door open, I mean left it open as far as, okay, I'm gonna leave this door open to go ahead and tell you what I think about you. And then when I get through telling you, I'm gonna shut this door permanently, right? And so once you do that, that ego, it doesn't recover from that. A narcissist will never forget a person that shames them, because they have to assess, they basically assess the value of their supply based upon, or hoovering their supply. Okay, which supply am I going to hoover? And that's going to be primarily based upon the one that has the lowest risk of them being shamed, of them being rejected, of them being abandoned again. Okay? And even if you were that grade A supply and you shamed the mess out of that narcissist, you know, by what you said to him, how you said it, how you exited the relationship or whatever, that ego doesn't recover from that. And so if you're not seeing them, that's because they don't see the value in coming back to you. It's too risky. It hurts too much. And so therefore you shouldn't see the value in them, because they never held any value in the first place. The only value that they held was the value that you gave them, not the value that they had in themselves. Remember that. Because a person that values themselves don't treat other people like they treated us. Period. All right? So family, I wanted to get this out here for you all. I want you to be really good to yourselves. Take really good care of yourselves, okay? And I will see you all on the next video, family. I love you all, and I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.